So if you want to see more of me, do consider subscribing below. And I know some of you have asked if you want to support me in any other way, which subscribing, watching the ads, and liking, commenting, it's all great. I appreciate that. That is the best support. But if you want to go more than that, if you feel like you need to give back, I have a link in my description box where you can leave me tips, or you can sign up to be a member where you get 3 videos a month extra that will only be available for members. Alright, let's get into this video. Today we're going to be talking about the Dardeen family murders and the Smiley face killer theory. The Dardeen family murders is an unsolved murder case, and the Smiley face killer theory is like a conspiracy, a theory to an explanation of various killings, if that makes sense. The first one we're gonna talk about, also let me say that I do not mean any disrespect about anyone that I'm going to be talking about, alright? The first one we're going to talk about is the chilling and unsolved Dardeen family murders. This crime was considered too brutal to be published and reported on daytime TV. So, the Dardeen family was living in a small town in Illinois in 1987. More than a decade later, a serial killer sitting on death row in Texas would claim he committed the crimes, along with more than 70 other people that he killed. Yet the truth of the Dardeens' final moments remains uncertain today, even though this man supposedly claimed that he took their lives. The police visited the trailer that they were living in because Russell Keith Dardeen, who was 29 years old at the time, hadn't shown up to work that day. And he worked in a water treatment plant. He was operating it nearby Rend Lake Water Conservancy. Yeah. And reportedly Keith preferred to go by his middle name, was extremely reliable when it came to his job, so he would show up every time. So when he didn't go to work, they reported his absence, and his supervisor called both Keith's parents, and they said that they haven't seen him that day. And by the evening, the police went to Dardeen's family home to investigate, where they met Don Dardeen, Keith's father, who brought the keys to their trailer. When they went inside, the police went inside, they discovered a crime scene which was really violent and gruesome. And the police said that it would haunt them after, for years. Elaine Dardeen and they had a 3-year-old son called Peter were beaten to death with a baseball bat, and this baseball bat was actually a birthday present to Peter from his father earlier that year. Elaine was also pregnant with their second child at the time of her death, who was a daughter, and the beating, this is really disgusting, okay, so if you don't want to hear it, skip. She was pregnant with their child, and when she was being beaten, this caused her to go into labor, and the killer, or their was not like revenge or anger, you know what I mean? This was like a sick individual. The area after that was cleaned up, indicating that the killer or killers had been in no hurry to leave the crime scene, so they were taking their time. The initial suspicions that Keith Dardeen had brutally murdered his own family was quickly laid to rest when they found his body the following day. And his body was she had significant doubts. She said Tommy deserved to die for what he did, but I wanted him to stay alive until I know positively that he didn't do it. Though Sells confessed to more than 70 murders at the time of his execution, authorities were only convinced of his guilt of the 22 of his supposed killings. I mean, it's like a very well-known fact that some killers would, if they heard of other things going on, try to get recognition for those killings as well. I think it's because they want more attention, and it is like sick and twisted. Well, they are sick and twisted people, but it is very common that people like this would try to take responsibility for other people's murders. And to this day, the killing of the Dardeen family, their murders, is not solved, and I'm pretty sure this is a cold case by now, which is terrible because it is, you lost your family, but you have no closure as well. So I can't imagine what the mother is going through. If she's, I don't know if she's still with us or not. She might be. So that was the first one. It's really dark, these things. Oh, I wouldn't wish it on anyone. The second case we're gonna talk about today is called the Smiley face killer theory, and it connects 40 college students' deaths. The Smiley face killer may or may not be one person or a group of people carrying out killings, and they are, reportedly have killed at least 3 dozen drunken white college-aged males. They dumped their bodies in waterways to get rid of their bodies and taunted the police actually by drawing a smiley face near the crime scene, like leaving a mark. And even now it remains only as a theory that is yet to be proved. So these group of killers, it is argued that they are organized and responsible for the murders of 40 or more night. In different states, the detectives concluded that a well-structured organization of killers were responsible, and nearly all of the alleged Smiley face murder cases are still classified as accidental drownings, but at least 2 of them were eventually determined to be homicides. So, 20-year-old Patrick McNeil was last spotted drinking This smiley face theory still persists, and it was invoked after the 2012 disappearance of a Northwestern University student whose body was also found near a smiley face graffiti on a tree. A columnist in Wisconsin wrote on Milwaukee.com, "I've been warned in the past not to talk about a secret killer of white men in Wisconsin who prey on drunken college-age males in order to find a way to drown them in the river. I'm still intrigued why black males who drink a lot don't end up in the river, and why that particular racial angle seldom gets discussed." And most recently, in 2015, a 21-year-old called Shane Montgomery, who was last seen drinking with his friends in day before the Thanksgiving. His body wasn't found until the night before Christmas. He was also drowned. So it is really curious that there is all of these specific things, details that are connecting all these possible murders, but still the smiley face, it does seem to me that it might be a stretch. I cannot see like pictures of all of the smiley faces to compare them. If they were exactly the same, maybe I would say there's more evidence that they are tied together, but it still is weird that the bodies were in the water after like those two cases. The bodies were actually dumped 2 months, 4 months after they died, which tells me that there is something going on. But it is also very sad that one of the victims' family members like said that about the detective, how they think that the detective is only using them to get money. As you know, the article mentioned that the two detectives that originated